So let's see. We got Doug Dannger on the phone here from the Orange County Courier to talk about that. Doug, you agree with that assessment?
Well, let me tell you this. I agree with. I agree with you, and I agree with Ice Cube. And I'm Doug Dannger, by the way. I'm a gay man, gay journalist. So when you hear what I'm talking about here today, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be hearing it from a reporter, a gay man, gay journalist. Now, I am gay, and you're aware of that, Phil, right?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
All right, God, man.
Every time you come on here.
Look, I'm making my statement here, and I'm making my case here as a gay man, gay journalist. And I tell you, plus I'm doing shorthand.
Yes, we take note of that, Doug.
All right. Gene Simmons was a part of a group called KISS. Now, let me tell you, you take this to the bank. KISS was about the worst thing on a musical horizon in the late 1970s. KISS may think that they were some kind of a groundbreaking band. They didn't even invent on-stage theatrics. I mean, that was invented by Arthur Brown. That was refined by people like Alice Cooper and David Bowie. All that KISS did was sort of take that glitter rock thing, apply some three-chord rock and roll to it, and they were nothing, man. And I don't think anybody over the age of 16 even listened to KISS. Now, Gene Simmons thinks he's some kind of roots rock, and he's trying to tell the NWA, now that's a legitimate group. And Gene Simmons, look, I'm gay, all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean? What's the point?
The point is, I got the eye. And when I look at the gay eye, when I look at Gene Simmons, what I see is a guy that is talking right out of his ass. When I see Ice Cube, I see a guy that's talking out of his mouth and his brain's intact. When I see Gene Simmons talking out of his ass and his brain is out taking a walk, man. And that's an old saying we used to say back where I come from. I come from South Carolina. We used to say, hey, your brain, you might as well take your brain out for a walk for all the good it's doing you inside your head, you know? Might as well give it some air. Why don't you take your brain out and get some air? I'm a gay man, gay journal. And when I hear a guy talk like that...
All right, well, if I could interrupt.
Go ahead.
I agree with you, and KISS was not a great band. What do you mean, KISS? Everybody knows. Everybody talking about that.
Yeah, General, what are you doing?
The General is asking, what do you mean KISS was not a great band? Because their reputation sort of precedes them. KISS, their reputation may precede them in a lot of different ways, but as just a musical band, they sucked. And they were more flash than they were substance, and they were all about just a kind of a presence, and I don't think they were particularly good musicians. I don't think their songs were all that good. So...
Well, they had Rock and Roll All Night Party every day. I think that's probably about the best hard rocking song they had. They did that song, Beth, which is sort of the life of a rock and roller on the road, and Beth, she's a little honey back at home, and he loves her, and he knows he's going to be doing her wrong, and he's out there because he's got all these roadies, or he's got all these groupies, or maybe roadies, I don't know, depending on his sexual persuasion. And he's going to be out there, 10 toes down, 10 toes up, 10 toes down. Too big.
All right, thank you.
Well, what's the problem, man?
All right, well, you don't have to spell it out, okay? Look, we get it already. What does that mean, 10 toes up, 10? Oh, you are filthy.
Well, look, that was going on the road when you're rock and roll, man.
Wait, talk about 10 toes up? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So,
no, 10 toes. Will you guys knock it off with the 10 toes up, 10 toes down?
Yeah, too big.
Thank you. So what we're talking about here is a guy cheating on his girlfriend.
That's what the song Beth is about. I think it's a heartfelt song. It's a nice song. But you want to tell me that Gene Simmons is now going to start to talk about musicology with a guy like Ice Cube. That cat has got it all going on. And Gene Simmons ain't got nothing, man. So I'm just simply saying, agreeing with your point, Phil, that, rock and roll is the baseline. Rap is born of that. But, rock and roll is not born of rap.
Right. And what does that mean anyway, Phil? You're saying baseline. You're saying there would be no rock and roll were it not for rap? I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying there'd be no rap if it wasn't for rock and roll. But... rock and roll would exist without rap, and it did. It was the first post-war sort of convulsion musically in this country. There was jazz, there was bebop, but there really, it hadn't quite broken through until rock and roll came along, sometime in the early 50s. And when we talk about rock and roll, we have to include all those records they called race records, right, Doug?
Well, yeah, race. I'm a gay man, gay journal. I looked into the race rec, and tell you about that race rec, man. It's a gay man, gay journal. You got black, got white. Got black, white, all the time. And that's up to aim. See what I'm saying?
No, we don't see it. Don't try to be Bob Bacon, because it's really tightening my jaws.
I'm not trying to... Wow.
So what are you saying? You're saying that...
I'm saying that the infusion of black music, which was called race music, as you said, Phil, back in those days, and country music, combined to create, I think, rock and roll. And that was the first stirrings, I think, of that music. And as Ice Cube himself said, it's a spirit. It is a revolutionary spirit. And out of that spirit, that rock and roll spirit, comes hip-hop. So you're not going to take Led Zeppelin and put them in the Rap Hall of Fame. If such a thing exists, I'm not even sure that it does.
Well, that's a very good question. We should have looked. Is there a Rap Hall of Fame?
Well, it might be a hip-hop Hall of Fame. Yeah, hip-hop Hall of Fame.
Well, what's the difference between rap and hip-hop? Rap is rap, and hip-hop is more musical rap, I guess. Right, Doug?
Yeah, I'm a gay man, gay journalist. I'd say looking through a gay eye at...
Well, you knock it off. Do you got to put everything through the gay eye?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If I don't put it through the gay eye, then I don't know whether it's worth... If I don't put it through the gay eye, then it might be just a turd on the run, man. I got to make sure that is, solid gold, man. Solid gold information.
Talking to Doug Dannger from the Orange County Courier here about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction of NWA and the comments by Gene Simmons to wit. He said, you let me know when Jimi Hendrix is inducted into the Rap Hall of Fame, and then I'll consider rap rock and roll. Doug and I were discussing it, and I thought it was it's an interesting comment.
Well, it's a cute comment. It's a very cute comment. I think it's going to persuade people that don't know much about music, because you've got so much black, white these days. You have so much. You'd have upper class, lower class.
Well, do you think Simmons was exploiting some kind of a racial thing?
I do. I think he was. I think he was saying that because he picked out Jimi Hendrix just to make it seem like it was all real, democratic and everything. Jimi Hendrix is black, so you can't say that at all. I'm saying that he said Led Zeppelin. Yeah, just because they're white.
All right, hold on for a minute.
Well, and look, whether he picked out Jimi Hendrix because he's black or whether he picked out the other guy white, and I'm gay man, gay journalist, pick out a white man, I'm a white man, and I'm gay, You know, Phil?
Yeah, we got it.
I said, I don't think your name's Phil.
Yes, I understand.
All right.
Look, Dannger, don't make me drive down to wherever you are, walk in and say, gay man, gay journalist, and you'll go, yeah, I'm Doug Dang, and before you get out, I'll give you some shorthand.
Wow, man, you are...
Well, it's just a... Gentlemen, please. So,
gentlemen?
So, Jimmy, you were saying...
What?
Who was saying what?
I was talking about Jimi Hendrix.
I was talking about Jimi Hendrix and saying that while Jimi Hendrix is black, Led Zeppelin is white. I agree with what you said. I think he was exploiting the racial divide. It's everywhere in this country now, and everybody's trying to cry foul, and everybody's saying you're being racist against me, and I'm being racist against you. The whole conversation got watered down and diluted, and now you got a brain surgeon like Gene Simmons. If he didn't have a tongue, as long as he's got that tongue in his mouth, his brain ain't never going to be all that big because he's got to leave room for that tongue. Talk about lick the eyebrow. Gay man, gay jerk.
All right, Doug, thank you very much.
All right, but I've told that, Tom.
Doug Danger with the comments there.
I'm not sure what it is.
I don't know that he explained anything.